Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the 10th inning with Nick Mattis.
Welcome to the 10th inning. I'm Nick Mattis. Today we're going to talk about the Golden State Warriors. Last week, February 28th, the Golden State Warriors had a major setback when Kevin Durant was injured on a freak play. Durant's going to be out for 30 days, possibly 6 weeks. A lot of people believe that is a major setback for the Golden State Warriors, but contrary to belief, I believe that setback is going to be a setup for the Golden State Warriors to go on and win their second NBA championship in the last 3 years. And joining me today on my show to talk about the Golden State Warriors is my funk soul brother, my co-host on Overtime with Nick and Bob. We like to refer to him as the P of I, Bob Seymour. Bob, thanks for joining me today.
Always glad to talk sports with my brother.
Well, we got a real special guest, too, that's going to be our third here on this podcast, and I like to refer to him as the GOAT, the greatest athlete of all time in Sonoma County, and it's Jerry Robinson. Jerry graduated from Cardinal Newman in 1975. He played football, basketball, and he ran track. He then went on to attend UCLA, where he is inducted in the Hall of Fame, one of 50 players to make the College Football Hall of Fame at the UCLA Bruins. Jerry went on. He was the number 1 draft pick for the Philadelphia Eagles, played 6 years for the Eagles, and then 7 years with the LA Raiders. And you heard me right, the LA Raiders. Jerry also was able to play in the Super Bowl 15. That was when the Eagles played against the Raiders, and unfortunately, Jerry lost that Super Bowl game, but it was an unbelievable season. And in 1981, Jerry was selected to the Pro Bowl. Jerry, what a career you've had, and this is a great honor to have you join me and the P of I here on my 10th inning podcast.
Hey, Nick, it's great to be part of the P and I. You know what? Now, I guess I'm the newest brother in this equation here, so it's kind of like a reverse Oreo cookie, okay? So,
Hey, Jerry, listen.
Yeah.
You've been a Warriors fan, and you played basketball yourself. I mentioned you were a basketball player at Cardinal Newman, and 6'3" center there, Jerry, and a great athlete. I really truly believe you are the greatest athlete that's ever come out of Sonoma County, and obviously your professional career kind of makes that everybody understand why. Okay, you don't go to the NFL. I think you weighed 205, Jerry, when you went to the NFL.
Close, more like 2. I left Cardinal Newman at 208 to go to UCLA as a wide receiver. Then I was converted from a wide receiver at 208 pounds, and then I bulked up to about 212, 215. Then got in the pros, and the most I ever weighed was about 220. So yeah. Yeah.
Well, my brother Bob there, he's 6'4", and he's always been a guy that likes to grind it out in the paint. Okay, we played a lot of ball together. After we got out of high school, we had an adult league, and let me tell you, Bob is a plethora of information, and he's a hard worker. And when we were on the basketball court, Bob was the man that got all the dirty work done for us. Okay, so Bob, listen.
Well, I'm glad he's my brother too.
Well, hey, Bob, listen. Last week, as I mentioned, the Warriors were dealt a real severe blow there. Kevin Durant goes down, and the following game, the Warriors lose to the Chicago Bulls, broke a streak of 146 consecutive games where the Warriors had not lost back-to-back games. And like I mentioned up the podcast, guys, and I truly believe this. Contrary to popular belief, I believe the Warriors are now going to go on and win the NBA championship. And you're going to say to me, Nick, what do you mean? Why would you say that? They lost their best player here for 4 to 6 weeks, and I'm going to tell you why. And I want you guys to either tell me I'm crazy, or I want you to give me some other reasons that you might agree. And what happens in this situation, and Jerry and Bob, you've both been involved on teams that had long streaks, and that 146-game streak was an NBA record. But that weighs heavy on you. You know, you start getting those streaks and you say, hey, we lost a game, but we haven't lost in back-to-back games. And you start thinking about it. And sure enough, in that game against the Chicago Bulls, the Warriors played horribly. I mean, they were Kevin Curry and Thompson together combined for 3 for 22 on three-point attempts. The team was 6 for 30, and they barely lost the game against a team like the Chicago Bulls, who are not doing that great. I think they're just over 500, but they've proven throughout the season that they can win big games. And that game alone showed me that the Warriors are going to be competitive when Durant comes back. I think that's going to be the piece of the puzzle, and I believe they're going to run the table here and win this championship this year.